Four types of people who think they're entrepreneurs. Which one are you? Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa. I'm the Director of Marketing at IdeaPros, and I have Fred Cary, who is the CEO of IdeaPros with me. How are you, Fred?
I am great.
Great, excellent. And what we wanted to cover today is talk about the different types of people that, they think that they're entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs in their own heads, in their minds. But these four types of entrepreneurs, and really what it means, I guess, which ones are the best for accomplishing what they want to accomplish. So which do you want to start with first?
Well, first I'd like to start with saying hi to everybody.
You know me, cut to the chase. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you're watching live. #live. I know I see a lot of our partners over there already. So good to have you guys here.
Yeah, and Kyle is on an airplane.
What? Now that's the kind of flight I want. I want cell service.
Come visit us when you're here. Hey, y'all. Awesome. So let's just start with the fact that every single month in the United States alone, 550,000 new entrepreneurs are created. At least that's according to the data from Entrepreneur Magazine, which is taken from the federal government data. To think about how massive that is, there's about 300,000 babies created in that same period of time. So the creation of entrepreneurs is almost double the creation of babies.
Oh.
Wild, isn't that a wild number? So, but the problem is a bunch of those entrepreneurs are going to fail. And they're going to fail for two main reasons. Number one, they're not really an entrepreneur, and we're going to go through these types. And number two, they haven't done their homework to figure out if what they're trying to create is something that somebody really wants. In fact, the number one failure of new startups is that they're building something that nobody even wants. Think about that. That's how little work most entrepreneurs do in figuring out whether they have a good product idea. Okay, so let's talk about these four types of people who consider themselves to be an entrepreneur or entrepreneurial. And Tessa, are you going to help me with?
I am. I'm going to help you with them. So the first one is the coasting entrepreneur. The opportunity comes to them, but they didn't really have to work for it.
And that doesn't happen. Wait, I am going to interrupt this for a very important message. Aziza, you gotta contact me. My assistant tried to reach out to you, I think yesterday or the day before. We have some big things going on that are going to ramp you up, girl. Don't wait for the opportunity to come to you. It's here, but you got to come to me. So
no coasting entrepreneur for her.
Yeah. So on that coasting part of it, there's so many people that wait for the right time and the right opportunity to match up with their willingness and preparedness to be ready for those opportunities. And those type of people are like, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this when I'm 100% ready. And a lot of times what happens, and this happens in life all the time, opportunities going by and you're not ready for that opportunity. Another one goes by, I'm not ready for that opportunity. Pretty soon, when you're ready, the opportunities start coming. So the important thing entrepreneurially with that type of mindset is that you grab your opportunity, then you figure out what the hell to do with it. Some of my biggest successes in prior companies, and I think I talked about one of them about 3 or 4 months ago, but some of them I wasn't really prepared for that opportunity when it came by. But I knew it was a great opportunity, and I knew it was in line with the things that I wanted to do. So I knew I had to grab it and then find something to do with it. And if I didn't, I may never have that opportunity again. And so therefore, people who are waiting for the right time or waiting for the opportunity to come to them, very, very unlikely that they're ever going to end up being a successful entrepreneur, because nothing drops on your lap that way. And if it does, you're just going to say, yeah, I'm not ready yet, but kick it off my lap and let's see what comes by next. So you're a loser
Absolutely.
if you're an entrepreneur, and that's the way you think.
Right. So we have the first type is coasting. And also I think with that is that they are more likely to give up early. You know, they're not really 100% invested in it. It's just kind of a convenience thing. But before we go into the other three types, I just want to say that this entrepreneurial dream is what so many people have. The idea of being able to work, you know, from home, or be their own boss, or not have to be responsible to anyone. Like, those are the things that are the vision that they see, and out of it comes these four types. So because they want that vision of future. So the second type is conservative, and tell us a little bit more about that entrepreneur.
Well,
Not Fred. Exact. It's not a Fred person. I can tell you that much.
let me tell you this. We'll talk about me for a second. I don't have a 401k. I don't have a retirement plan. I'm 71 years old. I don't have any of those things that everybody tells you need to get right from the time you turn 20. I've always gone to the edge, done everything I could do with the capital that I have in order to try to get to the next big thing. And so rather than, and by the way, I'm not suggesting this. I'm not suggesting that everybody go dump their 401k plan, because not everybody has the guts or stupidity, or you could say the opposite of stupidity if it works out right, to do something like that. But I'm always all in with everything that I do, and therefore all the capital that I have, I want to have it available to be able to grow whatever business I'm in. So somebody who has a really, really conservative mindset, they're not going to take the risks. They're just not going to take the risks that they need to take to get to the next level. Let's suppose you have a product, you're ready to roll, you got your initial order, 5,000 units, and all of a sudden Walmart comes by and says, hey, we love what you're doing. We need 150,000 units. They're not going to pay you up front. And there's a whole lot of risk working with companies like that, because it's everybody's dream, right? Wow, 150,000 units, going to get them in Walmart. First of all, you got to find a way to finance those things. Secondly, they pay you slowly. They're going to pay you for sure, 100%, but they pay you slowly. Third, they have all sorts of per store requirements. You have to sell at least X of them in each store every single week. Otherwise, they start looking at you. And next, you can get that phone call from them in the middle of the night saying, you know what, this is not moving like the way we wanted to. Come pick them all up. And you need to do that. So somebody with a real conservative mindset is not going to do that, because the risk is insane. That's why I've said repeatedly, if you want to know if you're a really good entrepreneur, you're a loser and you're crazy. You're a loser, but you're so eager to go out and do it and try to make it work that not every time you do something, it's going to work. It's impossible. You're going to try something, oh shit, that doesn't work. Let me try this other thing, right? That's what it takes if you're a real entrepreneur. And you're crazy, number one, because you're doing it. And number two, you're crazy because everybody you know is telling you you're crazy. You had a great job, Joe. You were working 40 hours a week. You're making 20 grand a month. And now you're working 80 hours a week and you're not making any money. How stupid are you, right? So if you're a loser and you're crazy, you can be the next Elon Musk. If you're real conservative, you might make a good local politician, but you're not going to be a great entrepreneur. So that type of thinking, if you want to get into the entrepreneurship game, you're not going to do it like that.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like a side job, if anything, because you're going to have to keep that main job if you're not willing to take those risks, for sure. So that's number two. What was that?
I said it's a hobby at best.
It's a hobby. There we go. So number two was conservative, and now we're going to talk about three, which is aggressive. So the aggressive entrepreneur.
That's all the word you give me? You give me one word, aggressive? That's the
No,
entire
I
thing.
mean, well, I can give you more. They're very proactive. They're, let's see, all in is another way to describe that. And they're seeking opportunities and not just waiting for it to fall in their lap or questioning if they're going to move forward on it and take a risk. So they're more aggressive.
Okay. You're welcome, Shelley. See, that's a tough one. And let me tell you a better word for an entrepreneur rather than aggression, and that's perseverance. And the reason for that is if you can persevere, you're going to get there. If you're going to be aggressive about it, you're going to alienate all the people that are along the way, your vendors, your distributors, even the store owners, whoever's setting up and working with you on your Amazon account, right? You can aggressively move forward on your plans, and you should. You can't bring an aggressive personality into an entrepreneurial journey because there's so many people you need to depend on. And you can't, that's why I'm always talking so calmly most of the time, although I almost had Tessa in tears when we were talking
Almost. What are you talking about?
we were talking about growing well, we were just talking about expectations and things, but I wasn't
It's
speaking.
not easy to be an entrepreneur or be part of entrepreneurial journeys. I just have to say, I feel everyone's emotions when they're going through things too. So there you go. He
Right.
wasn't being mean. Don't worry.
I will be if that's what you prefer. But the point
if that's
is,
what gets the job done.
I got a really great example. I don't think he'll mind if I use his name, Harley. Harley has had a really tough time to think. This is a B2B thing, and we're trying to build. It's really pretty incredible. I had no idea, but all these big trucks that go out on the road every day that you see all over the place that are annoying you, they have these hubs, and these hubs have oil in them, and they need to be replaced like every 30 to 45 days, all of them. So what does that mean? It means the truck goes down, is out for at least a day. The schedules are messed up. If you have a big fleet with thousands of trucks, that's a big, huge impact. Well, Harley came up with a hub that only needs to get replaced once a year, if at that, instead of every month. Cost a lot more, of course, but your truck is on the road for the whole year. And Wes, who's the head of our product development, still didn't like what was there. He thought he could make it even better. So he designed some honeycomb type of seals on it that we can patent now and really, really make it awesome. The problem with the macro environment right now, with shipping costs, with the delays in China, with the incredible increase in prices, Harley was getting pretty aggressive. And he was getting aggressive at us every time we had a meeting. Like, why is this happening? How come the prices are high? Well, we can't control that. That's global, right? And the last meeting we had before the meeting we had today was really at the end almost a shouting match. He went in, he thought about it, thought through things for a week or so, and we had a meeting today, and he came up with a brilliant plan of how to cut corners, how to make something out of existing materials that are here in the US already, to be able to deploy the seal that we have, which is the most important part, and be able to get that without having to pay the thousands and thousands of dollars of molds and minimum orders. And really, really a good plan he put together, and reached out to a couple of people in the business and got a collective group of folks that could pull this off at a fraction of the cost and start selling these things almost immediately. That's what happens when you replace aggression. Why the hell is this happening to me? With perseverance. How the hell can I fix this? Right? Those different mindsets. And so the aggressive mindset,
persistent.
aggressive mindset doesn't get you there. The persistent mindset does.
I love it. I love it. I think that's what you have to be. You have to be persistent and committed. And that's the other thing that I see in Harley, is that he is committed to his idea. Like, he hasn't given up, he hasn't backed down, but he's committed and persistent. So the number 4 one, because I know we're running out of time, is my favorite, the innovator or revolutionary person. And that's what we see a lot in IdeaPros. Obviously, all of you are innovators. You're all being creative and creating new things, but there's a little bit more that you could tell us about that type of entrepreneur.
No, I think that covers it.
That's it.
You know, and when you talk about innovation, you're not necessarily talking about being the 5th billionaire to play Russian roulette and spaceships. You're talking about small changes that disrupt an industry. They don't necessarily have to be the next moonwalk. They don't have to be the next miracle cure, but somebody who's innovative can look at things and can understand a problem, and then can work through that problem and figure out how to make that thing better. And that really has been the secret to any of the companies that I started in the past. Always had that one commonality. Is there a hole in the marketplace? Is the marketplace big enough? Is it growing? And can I fill that hole? And that's what innovation is all about, to be able to take a look at the sector that you want to be in and understand the opportunity that's in there, and turn that into a meaningful opportunity that the people who are buying in that space are really going to want to love. So that's what gives you an unfair advantage as an entrepreneur. And that's what we work so hard at. When somebody comes in as one of our partners, it's very rare that the product idea in the very beginning is the same as what is ready to launch it at the very end. And the reason for that is because the innovation is what's going to make the difference and give you the unfair advantage that you're going to need to have a better chance of being successful. And speaking for IdeaPros, one of the difficulties that we have in this space, and I'm out raising a whole bunch of money to create a platform for our next generation of what we do. And we've been speaking to several big private equity firms, and only one got it. A guy I spoke to just a couple of days ago, 50 different multi-billion-dollar companies, said, that must really be hard to deal with all the emotions of that many entrepreneurs. Because I know, just running my own entrepreneurial company, it's really hard. And it seems like the running into walls and getting a bloody head and running through harder so you can make it through gets replaced in your world by people sitting on a couch and wondering why you're not running through that wall harder, right? We've taken away the pain and we've replaced that with frustration. And he's the only one that ever got that. And that's why sometimes Tessa tears up. That's why sometimes I wake up with stomach problems, because we are taking a lot of pain for a lot of people and putting it on our shoulders. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, you got to get rid of the pain, and you have to replace it with this perseverance. You have to know that if you're innovating, if you're making something that doesn't exist, it's not a perfect process. There are going to be mistakes. There are going to be delays. The world is going to be against you like it is against everybody. But when the world's against you, it is against everybody. It's an environment that we all have to deal in, and we all have to deal with. If you can replace your frustration and exchange that for an opportunistic way of looking at your environment, you can be like Harley and find a solution that does work, because the solution we wanted to work is not practical anymore because of how the price points, because of all the things going on in the world, have really negatively affected his ability to do it the way we wanted to do it. So innovation requires constant observation of both the internal market trends and the external environment that you're playing in. You're never going to get to the finish line if you can't keep changing the game as you go through that maze of opportunity and threat. and make it at the other end, still holding the ball.
So I would love to hear what you guys, which one do you fall into of those four
Better all fall
entrepreneurs?
into the last one.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that. Now, there's good things in all of those that, there are good things in all of them, but just put in the chat and let me know which one you are. And I'm going to go through and say hi to you guys. I know we have some amazing partners. And Fred mentioned Harley. He's an amazing guy. And we have all these comments over here. So Fred, if you want to take off, you can, and I can put a couple of them up on the screen.
Yeah, hey, so I'm going to take off along with a comment about innovation and being persistent and going with the flow when you see things that are happening that are not right. I'm getting off right now to go speak to Amazon because IdeaPros is setting up their own Amazon store for a subset of our partners that don't have anywhere to go once they launch. I had no plan on doing that. I don't want to be involved in that business, but I have to hold my driver's license in front of them and prove that I'm Fred Cary so we can open up our own Amazon store so our partners that don't have anywhere else to go can go in our store and we can continue to help them once the product launches. Earlier today, I met with 3 different companies that are going to provide all sorts of things for us that I've realized now that we need. I thought we had a great solution. We don't. We need other things. So I met with WeFunder this morning. They're putting together a special program for all of our partners to go participate when they need to go reach capital. Last night, what was I doing? I was having a drink. But who was I having a drink with? I was having a drink with 2 people from another company in San Diego that does nothing but grants. And they have a program where you can go in even at the very beginning of the process and you just fill in the things you want to do. And they have automated systems that'll go out and try to get grants for all of us that have things that follow certain mandates. So I met with them. I met with 2 other companies to add other pieces to help our partners. None of the things that I had ever intended on doing or even thought about doing with the grant part of it. And now I'm deploying all these things. Why? Because my partners need them. And I didn't realize it. So you need to continue an innovation process. It never ends. It never dies. It lives forever. Keep innovating and you're going to get there.
Aw, thank you, Fred. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. As you know, we're here every Friday at noon Pacific time. I am going to just do a couple shout outs really quickly. If you missed last week's show, we did an amazing recap of 3 products in particular. We had Savers, Raw Beauty, and Bingo. We talked about all those products. And so if you haven't had a chance to watch that, I would go back to last week. It's just really inspirational because we are seeing products come to life. And I know, Aziza, I don't know if you caught that last week either. So I'm just going to put a couple comments up on the screen because you guys are awesome. And I know we're right in the middle of holidays and everything. So I hope, let's see. Happy holidays, Hector. Thank you. So, and Kyle, if you're heading, definitely let us know if you're going to be in the San Diego area because you can stop by and visit this office. Oh, I'm so glad, Mary. It's great to see you here. I know we have Kelly Reed. Happy Friday. I'm so glad to see you. And Shelly, I just got off the phone with you. And Playoff Sports Tech is going to be launching their website shortly here. We just went through all of their website and it's an amazing product. You guys are going to love it. Katie, good to see you. And Aziza, all the way from Cleveland. Hello. I know Fred mentioned you on the live today because he wants to talk to you. So reach out to him. Very great point. Entrepreneurs need to step out of their comfort zones. Absolutely. I don't think you can be an entrepreneur and stay in a comfort zone. That's just not possible. If you want to grow your business, you have to, be willing to stretch and get used to things. Oh, hey. So Kyle was mentioning that she loves the product, the Raw Beauty product. Kyle was on last week with me. So she was just giving a shout out to the Raw Beauty products, which are up on my shelf. Incidentally, I'm actually from home. I'm so excited. I'm not in an office. It's normal, nice layout here, but I actually got internet connection to my home. So excited. And great to see you, Martin. And Sarah, Vanessa, Kelly. Oh, Vanessa with Zwizzy. So if you go to getzwizzy.com, if you want to put your website link in there, Vanessa, if you're still with us, that would be awesome. Sean Reed over at sagescheduler.com. That's an app that's going to be coming out. Aw, Kelly, I like it. Having passion and the drive to keep going is very important. Absolutely. Love it. Aw, so many good things. And oh, very sweet. Thanks, Shelly. Thanks. She was saying thanks to Fred for the behind the scenes work. I know that's what he was mentioning when he said thank you. It's much appreciated. Well, we appreciate you. You've been very patient. Everything that we've gone through to get Playoff Sports Wall up is it's a lot of work, prototypes and all the process that goes behind it. So we're just glad to have you with us. So Patrick, good to see you. I saw you over on YouTube, and confidence that you can make it through the journey is super important because you have to have that end goal, right? For sure. And Aziz's comment, hey, you changed your picture. It's very cute. Keep going, guys. Like, be persistent, consistent, and patient. Absolutely. I know I'm missing some of, hey, Katie, good to see you over there with Freestyle. I'm hoping that everything's going good. Prayers are to you in your family. I know you have some stuff going on. Guys, if you haven't followed the page, hit the bell to get reminders. And there is also a way to get notifications by text. If you're not getting messages, we might be ending up in your spam. So double check and make sure that IdeaPros is not in your spam, and you can sign up for text, email, or text reminders to get it right to your phone so you can pop into our lives. So if you have any questions that you want us to cover, any topics that you guys would be interested in having us find experts. If we're not the experts, we'll find the people who are. So let us know in the chat if there's any topics that you guys want to cover. One of the big ones that my hair. Yes, my hair is very pink. It's very different, but I think the lighting's way different in here. So it's looking kind of bright. But we will have topics that I'd like to get into what you guys want to know about. So let us know in the chat if there's anything that you want to cover, if that's budgeting or any of the entrepreneurial journey. We have a resource page on IdeaPros now, which is ideapros.com/resource. And that's a whole new page of our best shows. So it goes through getting started sequence. There's one about, the development process. I mean, we're trying to collect the information. You can also go to our blog page, which is ideapros.com/blog, and you can sort the topics. There's tags down the side, and you can find anything. If you want marketing, if you want, brand development, all of those topics are categorized because we have an awesome team. Thank you, Leticia, and Flo. I know we have a bunch of people who are helping to get all of our topics up on a regular basis, but they're also sorting them and making sure that they've got the topics all organized for you. So head on over there, and we'll see you guys next Friday. I am super excited because I'll be from home for me. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all next week. Have a blessed week.